This is a special message to Tony Bellew. I saw your stuff on Soccer AM, the Flatley messages and all that. The thing is, I am the real heavyweight champion, and you are a blowed up light heavyweight cruiserweight bum. And if you do ever get the nuts to sign the contract, and this fight does happen, I will destroy you. I will dismantle you. I'll dissect you like an insect. Smash you to pieces. Without no hesitation. So sign the contract and let's get the fight on.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Eiffel TV in association with MTK Global. I'm joined by Tyson Fury.
Sorry, just carry on. I'm just doing a few accounts. Carry on.
I thought you said you couldn't read or write.
Carry on.
How are you, Tyson?
Fantastic. I'm good, KUGAN, very good. Back in training, feeling fit, feeling good, it's my 4th week in, and I'm feeling good.
I want to start obviously by talking about your news from a couple of days ago that you've linked up with MTK Global now.
Oh, yeah, Gypsy boy!
Talk to me about this and your decision to join, obviously, the ever-growing stable that the fighters they've got now.
I went over there to Spain back in the summer, done a bit of training with Billy Joe, and I was asking Billy Joe about what they was doing that was good and all this sort of stuff. And he just said they're an excellent company who didn't let him down on anything. Everything they've ever said they've delivered, and that they treat people right. So that's why I've linked up with MTK Global. Big shout out. All the MTK boys. Oi oi! The Gypsy King is here! Part of the stable. Just want to say to all my MTK teammates, good luck and God bless. Number 1.
But in a boxing world we live in where there's situations we hear about fighters not being treated well by management, promoters, etc., etc. The way MTK have sort of structured their ways, what have you done?
Drop the pen. Go on, carry on.
The way they've structured their ways, I've never heard a fighter complain about any way other than good, the way MTK have been treated. So that must have been a positive thing for you. And obviously Billy Joe Saunders being with them for the last few years as well.
Yeah. Billy Joe's a top friend of mine, and I'd go on what he said. So he's standing on for them anyway. Not that they need any stand-on guys, but he's assured me that they're good team. And the way I was treated out there, respectful and treated like a king really when I was over there. So it was a great decision, and I'm happy to be a part of MTK Global.
Absolutely.
What's it feel like to have the big dog on the team then? Because you're a part of the team too, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been on it. Well, me and James have both been on it longer than most of the fighters on it. So
yeah,
you're in good hands. That's all I can say.
Hashtag MTK Global. This is just going to be everywhere now because people don't realise how big this really is. I'm the biggest star in world boxing, one of the biggest sporting stars in the world, the most controversial anyway. To be linked up with me is good, as well as me being linked up with them, because they needed a high profile name in world boxing to take it to another level. And now they've got the big dog. Levels. We're taking it to the sky.
Good to hear. What are you weighing at the moment?
24 stone, KUGAN.
You was previously 27.
Yes.
So slowly but surely it's coming off.
Yeah, it's coming off slowly but surely. Been working really hard, watching the diet, and been very motivated to get back in the ring.
From the outside, this whole situation regarding Ukad and what's gone on over the last 2 years, it seems a bit of a mess. It probably is a mess, but how can you kind of sum up the situation as it is today to people?
I've been messed around royal. I've been accused of doing something I'm totally innocent undoing. False accusations. They've been telling lies. I can't really go into it because I'm under confidentiality agreements, but all I can say is they're a pack of cheating. Nearly said something I shouldn't have done that. They're just not fair people. And they've held me up for so long, and it's caused a commotion in my life and nearly destroyed my life and career. And it's about time that this case is done. And on December the 11th, I'm hoping they're going to do the right thing and release an innocent man from purgatory. Because that's where I am at the moment. I don't know if I'm coming or going left or right with my boxing career, not to fitness or whatever. But as to moving forward, knowing what I'm going to do, I'm missing out on big fights. Big fights. I've only got a small window of opportunity to make money, enough to provide for my family. Let's face it, they've cost a married man with 4 kids, cost him his right to earn a living. That's got to be a breach of a Human Rights Act, hasn't it? I've not earned a living in 2 years. Nothing.
How does that get compensated for then? The 2-year period, especially after obviously your win in Dusseldorf, that was your peak, like you said, your window to earn the money, to have those kind of fights. You haven't had that, so how does that get compensated for?
Well, how do they compensate it? They've got to have a big checkbook. And they've got to write it out generously. Because look how many fights I've missed through this false accusations. The truth will come out sooner or later. And when it does, and they set me free, this is like a Muhammad Ali story. They clipped his wings for 3.5 years, and they're doing the same to me. In an attempt to rid me out of the sport, run me out. But I'm sticking my heels in the mud, and I'm taking them all the way. And I'm confident that I'm going to win this case. Because when you're innocent, the truth has to come out sooner or later. It can't stay hidden. And they can't prove an innocent man guilty if he hasn't done anything.
Are you confident that one way or another, in December, however long this is going on for, that
to
it
be
gets
honest,
concluded?
I do not know, because if they say it's Tuesday, it's Tuesday. They do what they want. Look how long they've had me messing around for now. I was in Spain training a weight. I was down to this weight before. Come back for a few days, do the court case, it'll all be done. You'll know which way you're going and crack on with your life. I came back, put it back 7 or 8 months. They're holding my life up. I'm on hold. I can't even go and get another job because I don't know what I'm doing. I really do not know what's going on with it all. They won't tell the lawyers nothing. They're keeping everything close to themselves. And listen, make the decision. Prove me innocent. Give me my life back that you have destroyed. Totally innocent.
As well as being in the gym, obviously you've started training again. Are you maybe mentally or actually physically, if you like, mapping out what you want to do in 2018?
Yeah, listen, providing I win this case in 17, 16 and 17 has been terrible years for me. I just want to put them behind me and crack on with the future. I want to make 18 and 19 my glory years. They've took 2 of my prime years out of my life. They're never going to come back. No one can compensate age. They've affected my legacy in boxing with their antics. I could have cemented my legacy in boxing as the greatest heavyweight of all times. I would have at least have had the opportunity to. But it was taken from me through no fault of my own. After they said there was no case to answer to. But now I'm planning my life again. I'm planning a big 2018 return of the Mac. This time I want to be myself. I don't want to play a character anymore. I want the public to see the real me, the people's champion, the happy-go-lucky Tyson Fury that everybody loves and adores. Not the confident, brash character, the cockiness, to sell tickets. these promoters out there can't do their own job, I'm not going to do it for them, because they don't help me with my job. They don't physically get in there and start throwing punches, so I ain't physically going to be a performing actor. I'm going to be Tyson Fury, the real Dom Perignon.
What is your promotional situation at the moment?
Promotional situation at the moment is, again, I can't make any promotional deals with anybody until this case is sorted. If someone said to me, we'll give you 50 million quid to fight KUGAN CASSIUS on a Friday afternoon, I couldn't do it because I'm physically not able to do it.
Damn right you're not.
No, I'm not. So you'd be rescued from a lot of pain.
So until this is clear,
there's nothing. Someone could come to me literally with whatever they wanted, and I couldn't take it because I'm not in a position to fight. I'm sure there's promoters out there that love to sign me up and love to get me back in the ring and fighting again and involved in big fights. But it's not possible at the moment. So all I'm focusing on at the moment is keeping strong, keeping the faith, keep training and doing the right things. And that's got to be a step in the right direction, because health is better than wealth, and what I was doing wasn't healthy for me, eating and drinking all the time and having no routine. So now I'm back in the gym, I feel more focused, I feel as if I've got a story to tell as well, a massive story that the world needs to know, because this can't continue to happen to other people. And the stuff that I've been through, depression, all these mental health problems, my story can help others, inspire others. I've gone from rags to riches, back to rags again, from 18 stone to 27, from a clean living man to drugs and alcohol, back to the heavyweight champion of the world again within 2 years. That's a story to tell. People will be inspired by the story, and I hope the legacy and the story I leave behind will help others in the future. What not to do and what to do. Blueprint.
Of your own admission, you spoke and you have spoken about, is it fair to call it a problem with drugs, as in recreational drugs?
Is what a problem?
What you've spoken about in the past. I'm calling it a problem, I'm not saying it's a problem now, but a past problem, if you like.
I wouldn't call it a problem. It wasn't a problem. It was just a pastime, bit of fun, buzz, whatever you want to call it. But it was more drove to that position by what was going on with my life and career at the time. You think how hard it's been for me over the last 2 years. Being falsely accused of the damn right worstest thing I could have done. Of all the other things I've been called, a bigot, a sexist, a homophobe, whatever else they want to call me, I may have been all of those things, but the one thing I'm not is a drugs cheat. So to me, that's the worstest thing that a sports person could be. He may as well be whatever he wants to be, but a drugs cheat is one thing I'm not. And I will not be convicted of it, and I will not be forced to admit anything I haven't done. So, as to having a drugs problem, no. I was forced into a position, into a damn right low place. I've been as low as any man can go, and back again. All because of what these have done to me. Before this, I never took a drug in my life, ever. I got to 27, won the world titles and everything. Been around the block 10 times. Never took a drug. But through these Ukad, and through all this case, the pressures they put me under, nearly lost my wife and kids over it all as well. This is what I've had to put up with through these annoying people. And that's where we're at today. So was it a drugs problem? No. It was a Ukad problem. A persecution, prejudice, racist behaviour towards an individual who's totally innocent. So that's what forced me to drugs. For all people out there who's watching, I can tell you can be forced into stuff. Depression is one of the worstest things I ever battled. More fearsome than 10 Klitschko's and 10 Anthony Joshua's, 10 Derek Chisora's and 10 anybody else. The hardest fight I ever had was with depression.
Would you say that's a part of your life that's always going to be there? Depression?
Do you know what it is? I found a way how to overcome it, which will be very interesting, and it'll be published in my book.
Something that works for you?
Yeah. And it works for other people. At the moment, I'm a mentor for quite a few famous people. Life coaching. Ambassador for mental health. People are texting me and inboxing me and stuff like that for help and advice all the time. Because if I've been through and overcome it to get back to where I am today, then anybody can. Because I was as low as anybody could go. Couldn't go any lower. The next thing was suicide. But now back on top, and I'm going to be king of the world again for the second time. And this time nobody will be able to take it from me, because what don't kill you makes you stronger. I've got more fire burning inside than I did before. I want it more. There's more pain involved. When they say you can't have something, it makes you want it even more. The heart grows fonder for stuff you can't have. And when you're told you're going to get banned for a long time, you want it more and more and more. And there's not a man out there born from his mother that can beat the Gypsy King. Especially not a man with a pair of gloves on. In a boxing ring. With a referee, with a lot of judges. You haven't just got to overcome the size and the reach and the moving and all that. You've got to overcome the burning passion inside never to lose a fight. The will, determination, the drive of this individual. I don't call it Return of the Mac for nothing. I am the Mac Daddy of it all. It's my throne that I never lost. I'm the king of that throne in the heavyweight division, the emperor. And I'm still here. They may have tried to shut me out in the cold, but I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. My fans love me even more now than they did before. My popularity is on the up. Nothing can stop me or deter me away from my path. I've gained faith back in the Lord again. No one can stop me on this mission back to the top. It's a real life Rocky story, from zero to hero to zero back to hero again. But this time it's going to be done with the real me. I'm not some pretend cartoon character. This is one of your best interviews you've ever done, mate.
You know, it's been about 2.5 years since we sat down.
Yeah.
We've done
this is going to get
bits.
you so much views. Yeah. This is an in-depth conversation, isn't it? Maybe I should have sold this story to you, KUGAN.
You still can.
Can you pay me 50p for it? Buy me a coffee.
Ben? We saw Manuel Shah win the WBA, let's call it, the regular title from against Ustinov, who obviously you was supposed to fight at one point in your career as well. I just saw you retweet something the other day as a first fight back. Is that something that you're looking at, possibly, Shah?
First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to Manuel Shah, one of my Muslim brothers, and what he's done in his life is very, very, very good. This man was stabbed in the guts and nearly died in intensive care. Then he had to have an hip operation. He couldn't walk for months. To train his way back, doing a little bit of elastic band movements and stuff. And he's got his life back on track and won the heavyweight championship of the world. the first Lebanese heavyweight champion in history, and probably the last. This man has got to be on par with King Darius himself for what he's done and what he's achieved against all the odds. This is almost like a Tyson Fury story, but with Manuel Char's name on it. I just want to say congratulations, my brother. You've done marvellous. Congratulations. For sure. Congrats. Achievement. Never to be forgotten. History books.
So you're interested in fighting him?
Yeah, I'm knocking him out around. No. Listen, it's a tough fight for anybody. Manuel Char can really fight, or else he wouldn't be heavyweight champion of the world. He's been in there with Klitschko, Povetkin. He's been in there with some good fighters, and give a good account of himself. So yeah, it'd be a fight that I'm interested in. A good test for me at this stage of my career. And to come back with an heavyweight championship of the world fight would be something. But if that fight's not possible, there's many fights out there that it would be possible.
You made a video the other day. As soon as David Haye withdrew with his fight with Tony Bellew, offering yourself to fight Tony Bellew for next May. We saw a clip from Tony Bellew, I think he was on Soccer AM.
Yep.
Seems to be welcoming that fight, branding you Stavros flatly. I think previously I've never really heard Tony Bellew speak about the possibility of fighting you until then.
No, it's a bold, shrewd move. Bold move because it's a tough fight, and shrewd because he'll get a hell of a lot of money out of fighting me. So, very clever and educated move. Why wouldn't he not want to fight me? Because it's a great fight that he could win. I've been out the ring 2.5 years, don't forget. Through no fault of my own. And to come back with somebody on as high as level as Tony Bellew would it be a suicide mission? A match fit heavyweight, former cruiserweight champion, a man who beat the great David Haye. And let's face it, when I was going to fight the great David Haye, nobody gave me a chance of winning. So how can so many people write off Tony Bellew against me when he beat the great David Haye, who I couldn't have beat, no chance. But the man pulled out twice from me. So how are they saying Tony Bellew's an easy fight for me when he's a match fit, on form fighter who beat the great David Haye? So I think that's a very tough fight. And we all know what happened last time I fought somebody 6'3" and 15, 16 stone. Steve USS Cunningham had to climb off my back in New York City and win a fight. So that could be probably the toughest fight out there for a return fight after 2.5 year layoff. But it's a fight that I'd be interested in. Because if I beat Tony Bellew, not only does it give me a victory over the great David Haye, it also gives me the opportunity to take money out of the great David Haye's pocket, like the great David Haye did to me. So it would be a little bit of payback, and therefore he wouldn't be getting his retirement check, and therefore he'd have to go do something else, and that would make me very happy. So I would risk losing a fight to get vengeance on the great fighter David Haye, who's always injured.
What was your take on, obviously David's injured his bicep, pulled out the fight. What was your...
I don't think we need to mention him anymore because I've already given him like 8 great plugs in this interview. And the man is a plug, so he doesn't need any more plugging. Maybe he needs a plunger to plug the plug out of the sink. Listen, it was what it was. He's injured. He's like a man with miles on the clock. He'll get injured all the time. Does he run a fight? I don't know. But it's not really important because people are more interested in Tony Bellew versus Tyson Fury or vice versa, the way around. It's a bigger fight, better fight, more to gain. He's already beaten Haye anyway. So, if he fights me, I would be defending my Ring Magazine Heavyweight Championship of the world against him. The most prestigious boxing belt in history. The holy grail of boxing. Tony Bellew would have the opportunity to become the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. Providing Ring Magazine would sanction that fight. Which I think they would because it's in their top 10.
We saw you and David Price, a little trip down memory lane it was on Twitter the other day.
Yeah.
So I remember,
First of all, big shout out David Price. The big horrible heavyweight. In my opinion, one of the biggest one-punch knockout artists in the heavyweight boxing today. He had it all, but something was missing. What I'd really like to do with David Price is both get naked and have a mud wrestle.
okay. An option for next year? You're both under MTK as well, might I
Yeah.
add. David's in action this week actually, on Saturday.
Who's he fighting?
Sokolowski.
Who?
Kamil Sokolowski.
No way. It's a hard fight for a minute. Savosky. Is that the one who?
Tumby,
Yeah. He beat Sean Turner, didn't he?
yeah.
So he's already got a victory over one MTK fighter. Surely he can't beat two. Listen. Does that make sense anymore, that fight? Are we going to make anything of it?
I think there's still interest in that fight.
40% of the people voted for that fight.
I think there's still interest in that fight. Just because of your current situation that you've been out the ring for however long.
Yeah.
It seems, I don't know, it's a fight that does have interest. You're shaking your head, but
Yeah, people are listen, when you got Tyson's been out the ring for that long and David Price is a massive puncher, so you know, people are always going to have interest when there's a one-punch knockout merchant like David Price.
What am I to gain for beating David Price?
But if Tyson boxed David Price and won, what would everybody say?
you don't look at that as any sort of unfinished business from years ago, you and Price.
I was 17. It's not really unfinished business, to be honest.
That interview you gave, where was it? What fight was you at? The interview you gave about
Big plumber and that.
We haven't snapped back.
probably one of the best live interviews
Ever.
It was.
It was very, listen, it
And that
was
was about
entertaining.
Bellew as well. Yeah.
At the time, me and David Price was big news. Now it's not big news. Not unless he gets himself back on the world stage and beats a few tidy men, which he's very capable of doing. He's a very capable heavyweight, let's just say that. And a very dangerous heavyweight. Would that fight ever happen? Maybe it could happen. But will it be my first fight back? No. Because I ever want it to be a Tony Bellew fight or a world title fight. I don't think David Price has either of them. He ain't Tony Bellew and he ain't a world champion. So maybe if I beat Manuel Charlo and I could defend the belt against David Price, I give him an opportunity to become the WBA heavyweight champion. Who knows?
You put a tweet out the other day betting any man or woman or child £5,000 that Joseph Parker would knock out Anthony Joshua. You stand by that? Obviously you do.
Yeah, why not? Better's better, isn't it?
You firmly believe that, yeah?
Whether I believe it or not, I still bet on it. What's $5,000 to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me?
I don't know, he ain't fought in 2 years.
I know it's a lot to me at the moment.
What, have you been keeping up to date with all this Parker and Joshua stuff?
Yeah, I'm very up to date on it all.
Dave Higgins, the press conference they did the other day where they showed footage of why Parker would beat Joshua, like clips of him being stopped in
amateurs against the
and-
Bulgarian, wasn't it?
I believe
A little short Bulgarian, a fat lad.
Yeah, I missed that.
And then clips of interviews with people like Dubois and Okoli, but it was like, as in words of them saying that they'd allegedly dropped Joshua in sparring.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're obviously trying
But
to...
what does it mean if you get dropped in sparring or you get dropped in a fight? I've been dropped in a fight. Klitschko was knocked out a few times. AJ's been dropped in a fight live on TV. What does it mean? What does that mean?
I think this is just their attempt to try and push the fight and get the split they want.
Right, I think the fight's going to be made for March or April. Where's he going to go? Where's AJ going to go? Who's he going to fight? Is he going to risk fighting Deontay Wilder and getting knocked out and losing 50 or 100 million against this guy? To make 10, 20. It's not worth it, it's not beneficial. The cash cow sat here today. Everybody wants to be like Mike. Listen, the big fight is between me and him, so he can't fight Wilder. So Wilder's a dangerous fight. A dangerous fight for a lot less money. And this is about money. So, if he wants to make that money, I suggest he stays away from Wilder. And Eddie Hearn and Joshua see Parker as an easy victim. As an easy victim. But like that clip showed, a little fat Bulgarian chinned him. Bish bosh wallop. Sat about in the corner. He was a big weightlifter then too. And that was a little fat man. Punched his head right in for him. So can Parker beat him? Yes, he can. Parker's as tough as a brick. Game as a pebble. Young and ambitious and has got nothing to lose. And nothing, really. No expectations on him. Nobody expects Parker to beat Joshua. It's all about the weightlifter. Let's go in there and blast a few out. Boosh, bash, bash. It's all about him. So there's no expectations on young Joseph. He's just a man coming for a paycheck, isn't he? So he can't lose. It's a no-lose situation. Because if he loses to Joshua, alright, he was supposed to lose. But if he wins, he becomes a legendary in the game. And then I'll have to come back and give him a boxing lesson. Which I don't want to because he's my mate. So, it is what it is. Parker can beat Joshua and can knock him out. Joshua's chin is dodgy. We know this for a fact. We've seen Klitschko drag him off the canvas. Wobble him, shake him, rock him. The young Daniel, 20-year-old, is supposed to have knocked him out in sparring. I've heard plenty of knockout videos and plenty of knockout rumours and dropped and all that. So we know he can be hurt and hit because we've seen it live on TV. Klitschko's done him, man 40-odd-year-old. Did he not have a life and death situation with Vladimir? And just about won the fight. Could have lost it in round 5, 6 or 7. But Klitschko didn't step on the gas for whatever reason. So we know he's not beatable. We've just seen a midget take him 12 rounds. And the referee had to stop it because he was looking unsteady. Couldn't protect himself. No matter what people want to say about that fight, or what they want to say about me talking about this interview about that fight, I state facts. Takam was fresh and was still landing punches. He was not hurt in that fight. The British Boxing Border Control referee had to step in and do him a favour because he probably would have got carried out in 11 and 12. So this is what you're dealing with. Say it as it is. The man's 5'10", took the fight on 10 days' notice. So this man ain't invincible. This is a pumped up steroid man. Full of juice, full of weights, who's knocked out a few men. This ain't Muhammad Ali. This is a man built up, believing in his own hype. And a man who's going to come crashing down to earth very, very soon.
He tweeted a couple of weeks ago, excuse my language, at Tyson Fury, "Get fit, you fat fuck."
Yeah.
Your initial response when you scrolled along your Twitter and see that he tweeted that?
There wasn't much of a response because I don't really pay any mind to that comment. Get fit, you fat man. Everybody knows I'm a fat man. I'm a fat man for a reason. I'm a fat man because I've not been training, because of what's happened to me, because I'm the shortest reigning IBF champion in history, because I had to have all the belts taken off me, because they had to pick them all up out of the bin, and because they can never become real champions until they beat me. That's why I'm fat. I'm the big fat cat sitting on top of the throne. Joshua Wilder Parker. They can never ever be considered great of their era until they beat me. Until they beat the man who beat the man, they can never be the man, ever. No matter if they have another 10 wins or 20 wins each, they can never be the man because they didn't beat the man. I'm the man of this era. I beat the leaning super champion easy. Until they beat me, they ain't nobody. And they know it. That's why they all want to fight me. Do you think Tony Bellew would want to fight a match fit Tyson Fury? He even said himself he'd have no chance against Tyson Fury. Back in the day he was fit and ready and active. But they want to try and sneak a win in. That's embarrassing, isn't it? They want to try and kick a man while he's down and try and take his lineal status off him by a man who wouldn't last 2 rounds if it was fit and match fit and ready. And I see Eddie Hearn spouting off. Him who needs a slap up the head. That he wants to be the manager. And he wants to fight me with Joshua. Where was you all 2 years ago when you said AJ wasn't ready? He's only a young boy. But all of a sudden, he wants to fight the Fat King now, does he? Because it's a bit more even now. I've had 2.5 years out of the ring, and I've got to lose 7 stone. Is this how it all works? They want to try and beat somebody who's not even in shape to fight. If I had 5 or 6 fights, I don't fight all these guys. I'm match fit, nobody can beat me. But I'll have a good tussle out there with 3 women in a minute. Probably get the better of me. Because I'm not match fit. Not yet anyway. But I will be. Because unlike them, it ain't about money for me. As I've said many, many times, about pride, honour and respect. And I wouldn't go and lay down for anybody, for any amount of money. Never. Never, 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 ever. So when I'm ready, I'll be ready. And until then, they can all keep fighting the bums until the lineal king is back. Fit, ready and active. We'll give you 2 fights, 2 knockovers, and then fight AJ, who's match fit. Ah! Dream on, suckers. Dream on. I'll go and I will destroy Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Parker, and Tony Bellew, and whoever else is a world champion, when I'm ready, not when you're ready. I go on my time, nobody else's time. Time. Mine. Not yours. I wonder if I was match fit and had 6 or 7 fights in a row and they had 2.5 years out of the ring, would they want to fight me? Do you think that would happen, Ben? Do you think they'd even contemplate it or dream about it? These men can only dream about being the man I am. These heavyweights. They can only dream about it. They can go to bed thinking about it. Dreaming they could ever be a man like me. A real respect man. A man of honour. A man of principles. A man of morals. A man of faith. A man of goodwill and gesture. A man who will help anybody. A man that doesn't have no price, who can't be bought. They can only dream about it being as straight as I am. I've never ripped anybody off in my life, and I never will. I never borrowed anything I never paid back in my life. Totally straight as an arrow. They can only dream about being like that. Dreamers. And as for fighting, they can only ever dream about that too. They go to bed dreaming about being the man I am. I wish I could say that. I wish I could be as straight as him. I have to be wound up and told what to do. Only dream of being the man I am. And all them people who hate it, they can only dream about it. Them who are going home and getting told what to do by the missus, they can only dream about being a real man like me. My missus is at home now, contemplating on what I'm having for lunch when I'm coming in. Whether it's going to be a roast dinner, or fried breakfast, or whatever you want, it'll be done. I'm a man who looks after my wife. I'm a man who looks after my kids. I'm a loving father, husband, son, brother, cousin, uncle, relative. Nobody can say anything bad about me. Only haters who can only dream about being like me. Everyone you ever speak to will tell you I'm a stand-on man. Anyone says bad stuff about me, they've got to fight. Simple. And that's the way I am, old-fashioned, throw-down type of guy. No nonsense, no messing about, straight as an arrow.
So in answer to my question, you weren't fazed about anything Joshua put on Twitter?
I wasn't fazed, not one bit, and you know I wasn't, because you know what happened behind the scenes. Yeah. Anytime Anthony Joshua wants it, he can have it. I don't need to get fit, I don't need nothing. Yeah? If I wanted to, I could go up there and I'll slap him all about London. And he couldn't do nothing about it. Not one thing. Because I'm the man. And all these little coronis around him, and his plastic gangsters he's involved with. Nothing. Slap, slap, slap. Real men slap bitches. Slap! Yeah? That's what you're messing with. A real G. Anytime, any place, anywhere, holler at me, as they say.
Okay. Shannon Briggs.
Yep. Good fight that I'd like to take as well during the comeback. There's plenty of fights out there for boxers, aren't there? Whether it's high level or low level. Boxers can always get fights if they're interested, if they sell. He's a good man, inspirational character, good man to be around probably. Turned his life around. And he's coming off a drugs ban, so he'll want it even more, won't he? I just want to say a big shout out to Billy Joe. And when he's going over to Canada, he can't let the Supreme Gypsy race down. Because if he does, there's going to be problems. Am I allowed to say that? Can I say the Supreme Pikey race?
You can say what you want. That's all I'm going to say.
Didn't we have a little thing going on like before? Someone said this before, didn't they?
You're allowed to say what you want.
Am I?
People can take it how they want. If they don't like it, they don't have to watch it.
So if I said to Billy Joe, if you lose, you'll be a disgrace to the Supreme white race. I'll say that, rephrase that again, sorry. So if I said to Billy Joe, yeah, if he loses, he would be a disgrace to the Supreme white race. Would that be alright? Or would that be classed as racist?
It probably would be classed as racist.
Yeah. But do you think the papers would print something about that? Make a big scene about it? Try and get me in trouble or a ban? Would they? What do you think?
Possibly.
What do you mean possibly?
Well, possibly.
I'd be in strange ways if I said that. Yeah? But other people can get away with it. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it doesn't really concern me what colour people are, what race they are. It's all unimportant. Because you can get some right tits in all walks of life. And you can get some great people in all walks of life. No matter what colour they are, what race they are, what faith they have, they're all human beings. They're all a part of the same race, the human race. And if you cut us, we bleed. We'll all live and die, cry and have fun. But at the end of the day, we're all humans. So I say no to racism. And I'm an ambassador against racism. I will not take or tolerate any form of racism on any level, because I've had to suffer it for so long. Being persecuted against, discriminated against for so long. When will it end? When will we live in a racist-free world where these ignorant people can't see past colour or race or creed?
Never.
When will it be where two men, regardless of where they're from or what colour they are, can stand equal, side by side, and live in harmony? Shouldn't high-profile people be spreading love, not hate? And I've had first-hand experience from it all, haven't I? Through speaking over my faith in the past. And when I looked upon it, and I studied what I was saying, I could understand where people were coming from when they're saying it's a form of hate. But as I've stated many, many times before, I don't hate anybody. Whatever you are or whatever you're not, I have no hatred towards anybody at all. Not that much hatred towards anybody. And the message I'm spreading today is love. Love thy neighbour as they love thyself. There's no place in my world for racism. There's too much goes on. Too many other things to occupy my brain, apart from thinking about how to discriminate against somebody else, not from the same background as me. I think I've covered that, don't you?
I think you have. Okay. Is there anything you'd like to add, Mr. Fury?
I think, KUGAN, this is going to be one of the greatest interviews you've ever done. I think a lot of people will be watching it, and I hope that they get a bit of an insight onto what's going on in my life at the minute. Dark and good, light. I hope they get an insight on how I'm against racism, and I don't tolerate it at all. And I hope they get an insight on how straight of a person I am. And I hope they get an insight on boxing itself. And I hope people can take inspiration from this video and use it to themselves. And I hope people can look at this and see that I was once in a very dark place, but now I see light. And I hope and pray that the message of love is spreaded throughout the whole world, that one day we can all stand side by side and live in peace, without no warring, without no killing, without no hate or racism involved. And that world does not exist on earth. The promise of a better life is in heaven. Do I need to say any more? There will be one time and one place where we can all be together as brothers and sisters, not as enemies or relatives or anything. Brothers and sisters, that's how close it'll be. There will be a day, KUGAN, when I will call you brother. And you, Ben. And to all those people out there as well, there will be a day when you will be calling me brother. When we all live together in heaven, happily, under one banner, the banner of God. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, amen.
Tyson Fury,
Peace out.
thank you very much.